Almost everybody knows not to stop or park at a red curb, right? But do you know what all those other curb colors mean? Well, either way, you're going to want to stay tuned because today we're going to break down all 5 of the different curb colors and show you actual questions from the DMV permit test that will test your curb color knowledge. In case we haven't met, hi, I'm driving instructor Liz, and I'm here to help you increase your driving intellect. So let's dive right in. Now, the California Driver Handbook explains that there are 5 painted colored curbs and that each has its own special parking rules. So let's go over them together. Red, no stopping, standing, or parking. In other words, never, and I mean never, stop or park at a red curb. It's important to keep your red curbs clear because these red zones are usually reserved for emergency vehicles, fire hydrants, and sometimes buses are allowed to stop in these areas if a sign allows it. Blue. Blue curbs allow stopping or parking only for a disabled person with a disabled placard or plates, or someone who is driving a disabled person. Blue curbs are easy to remember because most parking signs for disabled persons are also blue. On public city streets, disabled drivers can park at blue curbs for an unlimited amount of time. Also, it is important that you never park in the area next to a disabled parking space that's often painted with blue diagonal stripes or crosshatch lines. And that's because this space is reserved for van ramps that assist in loading and unloading disabled people into their vehicle. Green, you can park at a green curb, but only for a limited time. How long you can park at a green curb is different from place to place, but there is usually a sign posted letting you know the amount of time you're allowed to park there. And sometimes that time limit is painted directly on the green curb. Just make sure you don't overstay the posted time limit, or you can be cited or even towed. White, stop only long enough to pick up or drop off passengers or mail. White curbs are for quick pickups and drop-offs of people or mail. Never park your vehicle at a white curb long term. Instead, keep your stay short and sweet and move along so other vehicles can also use that white curb for pickups and drop-offs. Yellow, stop no longer than the time posted to load or unload passengers or freight. Drivers of non-commercial vehicles are usually required to stay with the vehicle. At a yellow curb, drivers can only stop for a short amount of time to load or unload people, packages, or make a shipment. And while commercial drivers such as UPS, FedEx, or Amazon can leave their vehicle while they're making a delivery, regular or non-commercial drivers are expected to stay with their vehicle when stopped at a yellow curb. And that's it. That's the 5 colors of the curb rainbow that you need to know. Here's a quick recap. Red, don't park ever. Blue, disabled parking only. Green, short-term parking. White, quick pickup and drop-off only, people and mail. Yellow, short stop to load and unload passengers and freight. Now that we've got all of that ironed out, let's go over a few DMV questions related to curb colors that you may see on your actual permit test. Question number 1, a white painted curb means A, loading zone for freight or passengers, B, loading zone for passengers or mail only, or C, loading zone for freight only. The correct answer is B, loading zone for passengers or mail only. Remember, white painted curbs allow vehicles to stop only long enough to pick up or drop off passengers or mail. All right, let's see. Question number 2, you may not stop a passenger vehicle at any time, A, next to a curb painted red, B, next to a curb painted yellow, or C, in front of a school when children are present. And the correct answer is A, next to a curb painted red. For passenger vehicles, a red painted curb means no stopping, standing, or parking. And remember, some buses may stop at a red zone if it is marked for buses. All right, let's see question number 3. A green painted curb means you can only park for 2 hours. B, you can only park for a limited time, or C, loading zone for passengers or mail only. The correct answer is B, you can only park for a limited time. If you park at a green curb, make sure to look for a posted sign next to the green zone for time limits, or you can locate the time limit when it's painted on the curb. All right, so let's see question number 4. If a curb is painted blank, you may stop only long enough to pick up or drop off passengers or mail. A, yellow, B, blue, C, white. And you probably guessed it, the correct answer is C, white. Because once again, white curbs are for quick pickups and drop-offs of people or mail. Do not park your vehicle at a white curb long term. Keep your stay as brief as possible. And move on to question number 5. A curb painted blue means parking is A, allowed for no longer than 15 minutes, B, for picking up or dropping off passengers, or C, for disabled persons with a special placard or plate. And the correct answer is C, for disabled persons with a special placard or plate. Blue colored curbs are only for a disabled person who displays a placard or disabled person or disabled veteran license plate, and they can park in these marked areas for unlimited periods of time, regardless of time restrictions. And let's see our last question. A yellow painted curb means A, loading zone for freight or passengers, B, for disabled persons with a special placard or plate, or C, you may not stop a passenger vehicle at any time. The correct answer is A, loading zone for freight or passengers. So to refresh your memory, at a yellow painted curb, drivers can only stop for a short amount of time to load or unload people, packages, or make a shipment. And don't forget that commercial drivers can leave their vehicle while making a delivery, but non-commercial drivers are supposed to stay with their vehicle when stopped at a yellow curb. And there you have it, all 6 questions about curb colors that may make a guest appearance on your DMV test. More importantly, now you'll know where you can and cannot park once you start your independent driving life. Thank you so much again for watching. Stay safe, and we'll see you out there on the road. But I better not see you parked in front of a red curb. Alrighty, bye everybody.